Deputy Boyd Barrett.
Question and answer format. Taoiseach, I've raised repeatedly the plight of particular groups of workers who find their livelihoods and employment devastated as a result of the crisis. 2,000 Debenhams workers, English foreign language teachers, workers in the arts, music, live entertainment and the gig economy, and taxi drivers, all of whom need specific roadmaps, specific packages of support. I want to zone in on two of them in my short time. First of all, the arts sector. Taoiseach, 6.5 billion is being given to big business in terms of grants and supports. The arts, on which we have depended more than ever in the last few months, got €1 million. Pathetic. This is an industry that faces a bleak, if any, future in the short to medium term, and we can only come up with €1 million. Will you agree to the National Campaign for the Arts demands for 20 million extra funding this year and next year, to extend the COVID payment to those who were denied it because they weren't working on the 6th of March, to continue that payment at least until these sectors recover, and indeed to use our national broadcaster to give particular support to musicians and artists?
Thanks, Deputy. I can't make those commitments here in the Chamber, but I certainly will give them consideration. In relation to the 6.5 billion for business, what the Deputy said is a little misleading. That is for business, and that includes, of course, the arts sector, the entertainment sector. I appreciate everyone in arts and entertainment isn't a business, but a lot are. You know, it's a huge industry as well. And of course, that 6.5 billion is open to them as well. The 1 million provided was funding for particular projects through the Arts Council, but there is a huge amount of resources that arts, entertainment, leisure businesses can actually draw on, just like any other business can.
Taoiseach, companies that are giving massive dividends, as I raised with the Minister yesterday, to their shareholders, making big profits, big multinationals are benefiting from these schemes, whereas the arts gets €1 million. It's a stark contrast. But let me go on. The taxi drivers. Taxi drivers' industry has been absolutely decimated. 70 to 80% of people are off the road. You might be interested to know that the few number of taxi drivers who are on the road, or many of them, are over 66 because you've denied them the COVID payment. So they are the most vulnerable group of taxi drivers, and they're on the road because you won't give them the COVID payment. Because of this industry's link to mass gatherings, to sports, to tourism, and to the arts, which is similarly devastated and will be in the foreseeable future, they are in deep, deep trouble. So I am asking again for a specific package of financial supports for taxi drivers, to extend the COVID payment to taxi drivers who are over 66, to retain the COVID payment as a minimum subsidy for taxi drivers, but allow them to continue to work to top that up until their industry recovers at a point which we don't know when, and would the Minister agree to meet the representatives of the different taxi representative groups who are coming together as we speak and want to meet with the Minister to discuss the specific packages and supports they need to keep 23,000 taxi drivers with some sort of livelihood and some sort of future?
Thanks, Deputy. Anyone over 66 is eligible for either the state pension contributory or the state pension non-contributory. And when you add in the fact that you may have dependents, many people in receipt of the state pension contributory or non-contributory will actually get more than $350. So that option is there for people who need it. What we're not doing is paying people the pension as well as the pandemic unemployment payment. That would be two benefits. In relation to taxi drivers, almost all of them are self-employed. And anyone who's self-employed who has seen their income drop is entitled to the pandemic unemployment payment. And I suspect there are thousands, if not tens of thousands, of taxi drivers who are in receipt of the pandemic unemployment payment, and they are entitled to that, and they should get it until such a time as they're able to get going again. I agree that the sector will need help. I don't know exactly what's going to need to be done, but I imagine it will require an adaptation to the cars in some way, perhaps putting screens between the back and front or something like that. I don't know, but I certainly would welcome an engagement between Minister Ross and the sector to work out what needs to be done to allow taxis to get moving again, and what work would be carried out and how we might help to co-fund it with them.